They wanted to see somebody sad that somebody left. And offer up their courage and confidence, like sacrifice it. All because of the way that somebody looked, or somebody's attractive energy, or their dominance, the fact that they were... Okay, so somebody was jealous of the fact that somebody was the center of attention. They didn't like it. They were jealous. This bitch. This old hag. This nasty witch. I'm melting. That's you. You nasty hag. Ugh. You saw this, though? You saw something was wrong? Yeah, because you were loyal and devoted and you were succeeding, so there was no reason for this masculine to do that. Why would they do that? Nobody would do that in their right mind. You knew that something was going on. You saw something. You saw it. You knew. It was somebody close to them. It was either a parent, an ex-wife, a baby mama. It's something close to them. This poor masculine has the worst parents in all of history, y'all. They oh my God. They played a Queen of Cups for their abundance. They wanted this Queen of Cups stuck in a stalemate. Yeah, they wanted somebody to release their dream, their success. They wanted to oppose them, even though something was merit-making. I cannot with this. Are you kidding me? That's what you're teaching your child? You guys should be, like, sent to prison, and you've abused your child since at the beginning of time, then. You guys are rotten, sick pieces. This came up in Taurus's reading, I think. Somebody worked for this celebration. This stability. They worked for their stability. They wanted to steal somebody's stability. They wanted somebody to sacrifice their stability for fucking what? What do they get in return? Nothing but heartbreak is what. They get played. They get lusty energy. Yeah. They get lusty energy. Sex. That's what you'll get in return, babe. Totally. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like a good deal. Are you kidding me? This is like... Somebody didn't want somebody to fight for themselves. They wanted somebody to be ill and not be able to defend themselves and be in poor health and not move forward with something, not expand. But somebody's a free spirit. Oh my God. Somebody was hiding this painful ending that they were sending their way. Death and the moon. Ooh. They were sending death their way. And they wanted them in a vulnerable position in bad health. Took quick action to cause not just a breakup and a separation, like an annihilation, destruction, like 10 swords in the back. You're never getting up again. You're never going to be the same. There's no way that you'll ever reach your dreams now. Pure evil. The humanity is nowhere in this reading. There's no humanity here. This was a blessing, and they sacrificed the blessing because they were made an offer to steal somebody's destiny, because that's what made somebody happy. For somebody to not love somebody or to break up with somebody. So they did this to make them happy. So what did they get in return from their mommy? Breadcrumbs, because she's a piece of shit and she doesn't know how to be a mother, and she only loves him when he does things that she wants him to do, if this is the mother. And he's willing, he's so deprived of love that he's willing to literally even do all that just for that, or what? Well, in exchange, what did this King of Cups get? Freedom? So you get to escape, but you have to sacrifice this person's this love offer and following your heart. This merit, you have to steal somebody's destiny. That's what's going to make you happy. Break up with this person. That's what's fair. That's the good idea, son. Do that. That's where your happiness is. You're going to be happier that way because you're going to be free. I'm going to rescue you, babe. You're in need of rescue, honey. Don't negotiate with this person. They're naive. They're a child. They don't know what they're doing. I want you to be isolated, and I want them to be isolated in their head in a nightmare. And in bed, just looking at the ceiling, confused, without clarity, suffering, and bad health. You need to honor this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Be non-committal with this lame loser hoe, please. That's who you should protect and be honorable to. Trust your better judgment and get back with this person from the past. This Queen of Pentacles in reverse, who's non-committal and a loser, and this person misses you, honey. This is who you should come towards. Meanwhile, they just want to destroy this feminine's life and watch them get abandoned, watch them struggle, lie about them and gossip, cause somebody to do something impulsive and reckless. They're bitter ass, bitch ass hoe with no heart, spreading misinformation to make it happen. Oh my God. This is sick. Ugh. Somebody was quick to make an offer because it's hard for them to make a commitment, and they know that. So what they did was they put this masculine in their ego by criticizing them and making them think that if they stayed the course that they were on, that they were going to fail. Meanwhile, they knew they weren't going to fail. They were just, the matriarch was jealous and didn't want to see it. Wanted to see somebody unhappy like them because they don't want to be outshined. Somebody could tell that you saw something though about this illusion, this confusion. Yeah. There was a ruthless bully involved here. Injustice. All because somebody couldn't make a decision. But the only reason that they were insecure and they couldn't make a decision was because their shitty mother and father made them feel like that and doubtful and nervous. And like they were going to make the wrong choice. Like they were stupid for considering it. Which put them in their ego. And they were getting tons of praise and attention for being ruthless and arrogant and deceiving somebody. Somebody wanted somebody to feel unsure, trapped in their head, like this other feminine, the one that they left to go appease their mother or whatever this is. Yeah, they wanted to make somebody unbalanced mentally. And it had to do with their creative, their energy. They had a problem with their energy, their innovation, their spark, their creativity, their motivation, their sensuality, their energy, y'all, their essence. this person's selfish and wanted to destroy it quickly. So they separated these two. But they hid the fact that the reason they did this was because they were a coward and didn't want to see somebody move forward. They're weak. They hid the fact that they were trying to affect somebody's health. All because they didn't want to see somebody go on their own path. They wanted to end it and make somebody feel indecisive and worry that it'll be a misfortune, make somebody insecure. Their own fucking parents. If this isn't their parents, it's some kind of horrible couple. I think this is this poor masculine's own parents, y'all. If this is the way that these parents have been operating, they wanted to bring problems to somebody's workplace. Or this dictator was angry because somebody shining bright was bringing attention or problems to their workplace. One of the two. They resented a happy home, happy family, and eternal love. They resented somebody's wish fulfillment and their dream. Oh my God. They wanted somebody to be impulsive and reckless with somebody's light and not trust their intuition that this was a blessing in the form of a person. That it was going to bring nothing but prosperity, creativity, inspiration, enjoyment. They wanted somebody to resent somebody's shine and not trust their intuition. This King of Cups. Only to end in this King of Cups being depressed and shameful because somebody continued to fight for themselves and closed the cycle out. They thought that this feminine was going to compete and be insecure and beg for this masculine's love. No, they knew that something was devilish, and they went on their own way with their spark in hand that you tried to steal, regardless of the separation. And they moved quick too. So now this is a nightmare because they caused this destruction out of greed. They made a horrible choice, and now somebody's unbalanced, like with their energy now. Meanwhile, you're still going to be happy with your destiny. Somebody was literally made an offer because you're a Queen of Wands, and they're inferior to you because of your happiness and how much you shine. Look at you. You're so pretty. You're so ambitious, the center of attention. You have so much leadership. I can't stand that. We're going to ruin this, husband. We're going to ruin all that. We're going to get our son away from that. Oh my God. How the audacity. She thinks she can just be over there all happy, doing what she wants to do. Is she who does she think she is? Oh my God, I just can't with it, y'all. This is because this person is not a leader. So all the things that this person has, this person fakes and doesn't have. And it makes them feel insecure. So they did all this thinking that this person would engage in the chaos, but they didn't. They protected their heart chakra, and now they're avoiding a tower because somebody's still a sweetheart. And they didn't let go of their confidence. They didn't let go of their dream. They didn't let go of their sweet energy and become jaded and dark and corrupt and lethargic and unable to make their own decisions. No, they let go of your son that they love, and they continued on their path. And they continued with their stability. Meanwhile, it's like they wanted somebody to play somebody that was working on something merit-making and isolate somebody. That's the truth. Because they're a dictator and a misogynist. And they want to appease their shitty, jealous wife that's a loser. At all costs. But it's the end of a conflict. Because this job and this opportunity is still here. This perspective is still here. Regardless of if they're moving forward with this sickening family. You did them a favor. They would never want to marry into a family with you piece of trash piles with legs. They would never want to marry into a family with you piece of trash piles with legs. They would never. Thank you, Jesus. Now your son gets to see that their own parents are truly evil. Yeah, that's the truth. Mm-hmm. And somebody was hiding the fact that they were a coward, that they didn't want somebody to fight for themselves. They didn't want to see this feminine fight for themselves, fight for their dream, or have boundaries, or be able to defend themselves. They wanted them vulnerable and completely like without any defense, any help. They wanted them unseen and afraid and weak and in a bad position because they resented. Because they were depressed and apathetic and resentful and bored, and that they wanted to play a horrible game for fun because they're bored and they have nothing else to do with their life. I cannot. It had to do with somebody's shine. This is a psycho that this is a psychopath or something. These are sociopaths, psychopaths, evil, torturous, emotional, terroristic psychos. Yeah. That had a child. God bless his heart. Yeah. Who finally crossed paths with somebody that actually loved them, that would have saved them from this horror. That actually made them feel love for the first time. Their own parents working against them. And you fought all on your own. You fought, even though it meant closing out the cycle. And that's not to say you didn't love this person. You loved the shit out of this King Cubs. It's probably your counterpart. But you knew you had to give it up. It wasn't worth your whole life's work. No way. And now somebody's sad because you left. And they're in their feelings. And they want their 10 of Cups back. But they were reckless. Because they thought they needed to escape and be rescued because their fucking mother and their father brainwashed them and muddled their brain. Oh my God, y'all. They had them clinging to the past about some kind of heartbreak, and they had them stressed. So they destroyed something like out of greed, like out of like ignorance and greed. They didn't. The greedy masculines here, misogynists, bullies. That. Even though somebody was happy and this was part of their destiny, they wanted to do something covertly regarding somebody's following their heart. Even though there was success here, they didn't like that. They don't want to see that. They want to, oh my God. Oh my God. They didn't want somebody to give towards this anymore. They want to cause problems for this earth angel. They don't like this earth angel. Why? Why? Is it just because you're jealous? That's enough to hate this much? Is that what this is? Is it just because this earth angel was happy and truly loved your son and was nothing but kind to you? That's enough for you to make a game of their whole life and cause all this heartache and depression and destruction? They didn't like the fact that somebody so young and naive was working so hard on you. Yeah, they were greedy. They didn't want something to be an equal give and take dynamic. They wanted something to be like unrequited because they're miserable in their marriage. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, and they're a coward. And maybe they felt like it was going to be a financial loss, and that's all they care about is financial success and stuff like that. But it wasn't going to be. In fact, if it was invested in, it would have blew up quicker. But somebody wanted somebody to be in and out, indecisive about a lame, codependent, irresponsible, gluttonous, lazy, insecure Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Why? Why did they prefer a Queen of Pentacles in reverse? What do they get out of it with that connection? What's the relationship? Why? Why did